All right, guys. So the race hustle is strong with this story right here because the race hustle never ends. People are always finding ways to make themselves victims, and in 2023, victimhood is the most valuable currency that we have because, you know, the dollar, right, is in trouble of being dethroned. Okay, I mean, you have Russia, China, all these other countries teaming up to try to dethrone the dollar. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to be replaced with the yuan or the ruble, right? But I know damn sure that, again, it probably will be replaced by victimhood, because that to me seems to be the most valuable currency that we have today. Okay, as we have a black family out of Arlington, Virginia, that is demanding $10 million from a middle school because a substitute teacher allegedly made their child, their son, their 8th grade son, play a racist game called Nosedive, in which the student had to pick cotton with his nose. And because of all the trauma and the racism that was associated with this game, the parents are, again, demanding $10 million from the school and boohoo-whining and crying victimhood because black people used to pick cotton back in the days of slavery.
Made in Northern Virginia, where a black middle school student says his substitute teacher forced him to play a racist game in class.
And the family now demanding $10 million from Arlington County Public Schools. Fox 5, Sierra Fox joining us live outside of Gunston Middle School to explain what happened. Sierra.
Good evening. According to the family's attorney, this is one of the worst cases he has ever seen involving a student. That's why the goal is to hold Arlington County Public Schools accountable. Back in February, Sidney Rousey Jr., who is an 8th grader at Gunston Middle School in Arlington, Virginia, says he was pressured to play an offensive game called Nosedive.
I couldn't believe it, and my mouth just dropped.
That's Sidney's mother, Keisha Kirkland, who is calling what happened racist.
African Americans had to pick cotton during slavery. And it is a disgrace to have an African American child put it on his face with Vaseline. To me, it's disgraceful. It's a smack in our face, and it says that they do not care about our history.
The family now wants Arlington County Public Schools to pay up $10 million. According to the demand letter, Sidney continues to face harassment, discrimination, and denial of educational equality.
You can't put a number on what he went through.
Sidney still goes to school here. His mother says the bullying, pain, and suffering her son endures is a struggle each and every day.
I think it's worse than an attack, because if you get attacked, those bruises disappear. This is under the surface, so you can't see it, only he can feel it.
Former Virginia Lieutenant Governor and the family's attorney, Justin Fairfax, is sending a strong message to the people responsible for allowing this incident to happen in the first place.
Stop the cruelty. Stop the cruelty. We've seen too much of this in our society, in our schools, and you as a school system of all places should not be modeling that cruelty.
Arlington County Public Schools has 30 days to respond to this legal filing. I did reach out to the school district via email, and they replied saying they can't comment at this time. Back to you.
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that. Now, I'm going to play a video of this alleged racist game that this child played in class. And you guys can come to your own conclusion about how racist this game is. Take a look.
The game begins in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that. I want you guys to understand that game right there, which just seems like a fun game, right? That, I don't know, the substitute teacher was making the kids play in class or whatever, because sometimes, you know, you have substitute teachers, they're not really there to actually really teach anything. They don't really know the material. So you'll start playing games or whatever. It's happened a ton of times when I was in school. And apparently this kid is so soft that he got offended. He got offended and butthurt by being forced to play this game, which, I mean, we really don't know if he was forced to play. Okay, we don't know if the teacher made the student play by himself, okay, or something else. We really don't know. But what we do know is that they're crying racism, and this child's parents is trying to get rich quick off of this bogus accusation of racism, because apparently it's racist for black people to do anything with cotton. Okay, I did a story not too long ago about how the race hustlers, including Dr. Rashad Ritchie, were pushing this false narrative that during the Little League World Cup series, I think it was during the Little League World Cup series, but anyways, a Little League baseball game, and on camera, it appeared as if the kids were picking cotton out of a black kid's hair, okay, and that is the narrative that the mainstream liberal media ran with. But in reality, when the truth came out, what was actually happening was that the kids were putting the stuffing of like a stuffed animal or something like that, a stuffed toy, inside of each other's head to emulate a player with cool hair on another team. Okay? Now, the race hustlers didn't come out here and retract all the claims of racism, the allegations of racism that they levied against the Little League team. Okay, because again, come to find out, it wasn't just black players that they were putting this stuff in their hair. It was also white players as well too. They were all doing it. And I got a feeling that this situation right here is probably similar in the sense that the whole class is playing the game, and for whatever reason, because this kid's cojones hasn't dropped out of his stomach yet, right? He's soft. He was raised to be this soft, to be you know, a crybaby, okay, about stuff like this. He got offended, and then he went home crying to his mommy. Mommy, they made me pick cotton in class. They made me play this game. I didn't want to play. I'm so hurt. Blah, blah, blah. Right? And then the mom, the parents, said, oh, this is a great opportunity to make a quick buck, right? We ought to get rich off of this, right? And then they go ahead and they cry racism. And they want to demand $10 million from the school because apparently this caused a whole lot of emotional trauma for their child. Allegedly, this is what they're saying, because there could be a couple things going on here. The child could legitimately be emotionally hurt. He could see himself as a victim, which is bad, okay? We shouldn't be raising our young men to see themselves as victims like this, okay? That's pretty bad. Or, again, it could be something that the mom got wind of the fact that the kids were playing this game in class, and she decided to concoct this narrative that somehow was racist and that her child was hurt. We really don't know. Either way, both are bad. It's probably a little bit of both, right? It's probably a little bit of both. And again, this is my main issue with this. One, obviously this mom here is trying to use her son to try to get rich quick, okay? She's trying to push this narrative that her son is some type of victim of an alleged racist game or racist act in school, which is just nonsense, okay? And again, this type of stuff right here is exactly the problem with a lot of black folks in this country, right? Between raising our kids to be criminals, right? On the other side of the equation, the ones that aren't criminals, they're being raised to be victims, to see racism in any little interaction that they have with somebody that's not black or anybody of the other race that makes them feel uncomfortable. And it's like, you cannot raise kids to be this soft, okay? You're not gonna survive in this world, right, being this soft. Well, maybe you're gonna survive, but it's gonna be hard for you to get ahead being this soft. Well, maybe, I don't know, right? Because again, victimhood is currency, right? Again, you can make a whole lot of money off pretending to be a victim, so maybe you can get ahead. I'm just saying, it's not a good look, man. These fake allegations of racism, they make real allegations of racism not as serious. People don't take accusations of racism seriously anymore because of this. Because look, there are incidents of real racism that happens in this country that don't get taken seriously anymore because everything is racist, right? Everything is racist, including playing an innocent game in class, right? Again, it's just stuff like this. It frustrates me because you have this victimhood mindset being pushed on young men instead of a mindset of overcoming adversity, right? Not getting hurt by every little thing. But instead, these parents are raising their kids to be soft, okay? Soft, to boohoo, whine, and cry at any type of adversity, right? Anything that hurts them, oh, you should break down and cry, right? Anytime the white man says something they don't like, oh my God, I'm so hurt. It's so racist. Yeah. Oh man, I'm so upset. Let me go cry about it. It's like, bruh, 100 years ago, 200 years ago, you couldn't survive being this soft, right? You could not survive getting this hurt by the smallest thing, okay? By games. You couldn't survive. This is only a thing because you no longer have to hunt what you eat anymore. You no longer have to kill in order to survive, right? And as a result of that, as a result of having everything handed to us in society, we have the softest generation ever, okay? People are getting butt hurt over games. People crying racism about games. But again, the real racist here is not the teacher, okay? The real racists are the parents that are automatically assuming that it's racist for a teacher to have kids participating in a game where they're picking cotton with their nose, right? It's an innocent game. You're the one that's associating that with slavery, not anybody else. Nobody gives a damn, right? Nobody else gives a damn. I don't automatically associate black people with cotton and slavery. I don't put those things together. You're the one that's being racist by putting those things together, okay? You have a victimhood mindset, a perpetual victimhood mindset that is creating the racism, right? It's all in your head because it's really not in society. It's not in the classroom. It's in your head, okay? And I'm just saying, if it wasn't for the fact that we live in a society where basically we have everything at our fingertips, okay? Children that are raised like this would not be able to survive, okay? It's just a shame. It is sad that kids nowadays are so butthurt by the smallest thing. And again, what you have here is a family that's trying to get in on a race hustle grift, a get-rich-quick scheme by suing this school or demanding $10 million from this school over some BS accusations of racism over a game. Again, more of the story here. If you're a white teacher, we don't even know if the teacher was white, but regardless, if you're a teacher in general, really, don't try to play innocent games with black kids, okay? Don't try to have them participate in classroom activities that are supposed to be fun for everybody. Don't do that, okay? Keep your interactions strictly professional, right? Say what you got to say and keep it moving. Because again, you might be accused of racism, okay? You might be accused of racism, and then you'll have parents demanding millions of dollars from the school, and you possibly losing your job because you simply try to have fun with black kids. Amazing stuff. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.